And also the way it has affected me, well, Boko Haram has affected me in all roundification, even in my educational background and in some other aspects. Again, it has really affected me. So most times we'll be in the lecture hall and they would be attacking, and everybody will just split off, running to safeguard his life.
Especially my personal lifestyle. Like, it's not easy to be a self-obedient of delivery. Like, I think that was last year when we were writing
our school management should bring in more securities to be our guide. Shall we know that God is the ultimate guide and protector of everyone? But the school authority...
The history of Borno and University of Maiduguri will never be complete without mentioning Boko Haram. The notorious Boko Haram jihadist group, which came to limelight in the year 2009, is a threat to Nigeria's peace and national security.
Some other aspects, again, it has really affected me. So most times we'll be in the lecture hall and they would be attacking, and everybody will just split off, running to safeguard his or her life.
The terrorist group is responsible for carrying out deadly massacres, which has resulted to the loss of lives and properties of people across Nigeria. The insurgents are also known for carrying out abductions in the northern part of the country. Despite the government's efforts through the security officials to ensure the end of the massacres, abductions and destructions, these attacks still prevail.
Kaka! 5,000! I'll give you 5,000! Hey, Kaka! Food drop!
Maiduguri, the capital of Borno State, has witnessed mass attacks and has been termed by some Nigerians as the headquarters of Nigeria's insurgency. The University of Maiduguri students can be said to have experienced Nigeria's insurgency firsthand. This act of terrorism in Maiduguri has resulted to the closure of the university in the past years. However, students and residents of Unimaid have no choice but to learn to survive amidst the insurgency, since its end is uncertain and their lifestyle remains altered.
The university management, within its own power, has set up the security unit, and the security unit has organized so many strategies in protecting our student, our dear student, to run their academic pursuit without any problem. One of the strategies put in place is to synergize the security unit with the external security forces. That is, what I mean is to have connection with the external body, with the military men, the Air Force, the civilian JTF, civil defense, and all other paramilitary that are in Maiduguri, to have a good synergy, should in case there is any distress, once you knock or you call, that they will respond to every distress. And that has exactly been what has been happening. So, to a certain extent, the security division of the university just remained as an informant to the external body. This is simply because the settings of the security division is done in such a way that is made of 85% of civilians that are armless. And now that the situation required an ammunition, the security division is synergized with the external body for proper protection.
Despite the consistent attacks by the insurgents, Unimaid students still strive to study and excel, even though it hasn't been a smooth process all along.
The Boko Haram Insurgency has caused a lot in our aspect of studies, because we don't have peace of mind while reading, and even as we're in the lecture hall, we ought to be thinking twice on what might arise. Security over myself, because wherever I go I have to be cautious of where I'm going to or what I'm doing within the school perimeters.
Well, this Boko Haram insurgency is really affecting me psychologically and academically. Looking at the ongoing blackout, it has really affected my academic life, most especially in terms of studies. The time that I used to study has been reduced drastically due to the blackout. Psychologically, in the sense that I don't used to feel comfortable walking around, maybe going to town, going in the night, because I'm scared of the unknown. And sometimes when resuming back to school, there is only this fear that is to come on what might happen on the way, because there are so many issues of people being attacked and kidnapped on the road. So that's one of the effects that this insurgency are having on me as a student.
What are your expectations? The insurgents have severally tried to penetrate into the walls of the university, but all their attempts prove abortive.
They should cooperate very well with our security. That is our first advice: cooperation. Once our students cooperated very well with the security, I'm assuring them that they will be protected 100%. And the cooperation we need from them is nothing but to see something and say something. That is it. See something and say something, so that the external body may react.
The inability of these terrorists to gain full access into the university is due to the military's gallantry. The Nigerian military, in its bid to curtail the insurgency, is keeping all hands on deck. Military officials have been deployed by the government in sensitive areas and checkpoints across the state in order to protect the people. The University of Maiduguri is also ensuring the safety of its students and residents through the security department of the institution.
Good synergy between the university management, the university security, and the external body. Security personnel, external security personnel has been deployed to the porous perimeter fence of the university. If you have been coming through the gate, you will see most of the entrance are being protected by external force, either mobile police or military men. That is one of the strategies put in place, just to protect. And at the rear, the porous perimeter fence also have even more than the number of those that has outstanding the number of those that are at the gates. So that is to tell you that our students are 100% protected in terms of physical security. We are giving guarantee to our students to run their academic affairs without any.
The students call out the school management to continue its laudable efforts of keeping them safe.
I would like them to add up to the security personnel, the security men within the school area, so as to ensure safety in the life of the students. I would advise them to avoid moving or going to places where there are crowds, or rather, when it is dark, they should be within places where people can be found, not isolated places, because we don't know what might arise as such.
You know, they've been trying to safeguard us to see that they don't get to us, but my expectations from them is just that they should add more effort. To my fellow students is that they should always be at alert. They should avoid any crowded environment, and again, they should always focus on whatsoever it is that take them to any place around the school. They should just finish it and then leave there immediately, because anything can happen.
I believe they are doing well, looking at the way things are moving on, because times without number, the insurgents have tried to infiltrate into the campus, but due to the effort of the school management and the security agency, they have really tried to repel them so that they will not enter into the school. Also, I want the school management to look into the ongoing blackout situation that was caused by the insurgents, to see the way it will come in and help the student, because the light that are being supplied is not enough for students to study. It's really affecting us.
I'm expecting that the school management should bring in more securities to be our guide. Shall we know that God is the ultimate guide and protector of everyone, but the school authority has a lot to do. They should bring in more security, more army men that will guide us in the school. Advice to my fellow students is that they should avoid crowded places. They should avoid staying outside at night. They should always be prayerful, because there is nothing that we can do without prayers. So my advice to them is that they should be prayerful, avoid crowded places, and stay late night outside.
They should put in more securities at the gates, because the student community, they don't really usually check students coming into the gates. There are some people that they can carry anything into the school. While my advice to the school management, they should at least get an instrument or an object that will be able to detect a particular weapon or anything that is harmful.
School, I think there should be more security in the roads that can help the students to get to their destinations, so that the country, in fact the state in particular, is not safe. So we students should try to avoid late nights. We should try to avoid overcrowded area. We should just be in our own space. If you go to church, you go to malls, once you're done, you just leave the environment and marketplaces. Just make sure you're not in a crowded environment, and please try to stay safe and keep out of place.
The University Security Department has its challenges that, if not properly handled, can lead to its failure to safeguard the students and residents of the university area.
Actually, security work is one of the tedious work that without fun, you can never run security. That is why most of the states spend 85% of their money on security issues. The university management has been trying its best to make sure that the interests of the security men are protected 100%. But one of the challenges is that the effort being put in place by the management now is not forthcoming, simply because the few civilian security men that we are together does not get what they are supposed to get as at when due. So that is the problem. Not that they doesn't get, but they doesn't get as at when due. That's make it as challenges number one. Two, sometimes when you are not motivated, some of the men doesn't cooperate very well because they are not motivated. So it becomes one of the
Inasmuch as the security department is meant to safeguard the life of students and residents of the campus among other responsibilities, the students are expected to play a vital part in promoting their safety. There is no doubt that the University of Maiduguri students have been resilient in their quest to attain formal education. This act is displayed in their abilities to study and cope with the tension that unexpectedly comes.